Welcome to The Debrief, where we talk with the Washington Examiner's top journalists about the headlines they're covering this week and where the story's going next. I'm Sarah Westwood, and I'm here with commentary editor Conn Carroll. And Conn, people are talking more and more about 2024 in the fields, the fact that Donald Trump is the only candidate in the field right now. Should other presidential hopefuls be jumping in?
Well, my point is that there's no rush. You know, there's been a slew of articles in the press that, the field is frozen, Republicans don't know what to do, they have no plan against Trump. But really this is, the opposite of anachronistic. People don't really understand what it used to be in the past. Yes, last time in 2020, by this time you had 11 Democratic candidates already announced. But that was the anomaly. That's not normal. When you go back and when you look at when Trump first announced, that was, of course, wasn't until June. Mm-hmm. When you go back before that, George W. Bush, he didn't announce until August. His father didn't announce until October. Reagan didn't announce until November. So it's more normal to wait much later in the year before you announce. And so just because you had almost a dozen Democrats announced before February 1st in 2020, that doesn't mean that Republicans need to copy that same playbook this time. In fact, Biden, the one who actually ended up winning, he didn't even announce until May. So all those candidates who announced early, they all lost. So if you're worried about the Republicans not having any running against Trump, chill out, wait, relax. Other candidates are going to get it.
Is there a risk from President Biden's perspective to waiting to announce his reelection bid? It's been something of subject of great speculation for the past 2 years. Does that allow for more time for him to get in political trouble, for other Democrats to sort of explore challenging him, or does he have all the time in the world?
I think he has as much time as he wants. I mean, especially after the midterm elections, 2022 went his way. That really quieted pretty much all the dissent you had on the Democratic side. Now, before then, when it was looking that there could have been a wave, if there had been a wave, I think Biden would be in big trouble, and there definitely would be a question. But the strength with adding on to the majority in the Senate, barely losing the House, that showed strength, which now Biden is going to be the nominee no matter what.
Speaking of strength, Biden really touted the economic recovery that he thinks he's sort of shepherded at the State of the Union address, which happened this week. But you wrote a piece afterwards about how the foundations of the economy are actually pretty shaky, right?
Yeah. So Gallup has been doing a series of questions, going back over 30 years now. 40 years, I think, actually, asking Americans about their own personal financial well-being. So they're not, how do you think the economy is going? How is everyone else doing? How are you personally doing financially? And most of the time, Americans say they're actually doing pretty well. But the reading for this month, the reading for Biden, the reading for right now, is at the highest it was since the Great Recession up in 2008. So 50% of Americans said they are not doing well off financially. And the last time that happened, again, was in 2008, and that was a disaster year for the incumbent in the White House. Republicans lost the White House, they lost the House, they lost the Senate. It was just a complete wipeout. And then if you go further back to the last time before that, it was the 1992 election, when again, an incumbent in the White House had a bad economy. The majority of Americans did not feel like they're doing well off, and again, Bush Sr. got wiped out in the White House. This is some pretty bad economic news for Biden, because yes, we're adding jobs, but because of Biden's inflation, which everyone blames Biden for, Americans' real wages are actually falling, and their consumer debt is at higher record levels. If you get rid of mortgages, look at credit card debt. We actually have worse credit card debt now than we did during the Great Recession. So these two things, the real wages and the rising debt, are really hurting Americans. They know they're not well off financially, and it does not look good for Biden in 2024.
Well, Conn, thank you so much for being here today. You can get more writing from Conn and the rest of the commentary team at washingtonexaminer.com.